Well, hello. Welcome back. My name is Timasius, and today I'm going to be going over my bone meal farm, the design of the building, what it's used for, and all that type of stuff. So, hope you enjoy it. So, in the previous episodes, I went over a couple buildings. Number one was the wheat farm, which the lighting system is kind of on the fritz right now. So, apologize for that. And how that was basically a wheat farm, and it would feed the wheat over to the bank system over here, which would automatically trade the wheat for the emeralds. And the other section was it would send bone meal out through this tunnel system here. And this is just basically hoppers lined with spruce trapdoors, which makes a nice looking tunnel system that goes into the back of this building right here. I'll give a little better visual of how it looks like in the world itself. So we've got the bank here, and then running along our pathway, we've got the wheat building, and then it feeds in up here into the bone meal building. So we can come in here. I've also got another entrance here that we'll check out how it looks. Got my base up there, some other buildings, but basically kind of sets in really nice, a little bit of a lighter color palette than I used for the other ones. I think it kind of mixes in because it's bone meal. Bone meal is white. So basically the idea of it is, hey, it's bone meal, makes bones, uses poppies. That's what it's using to turn into the bone meal. Got some banners that I put on here and a lot of diorite, some stone pillar type stuff, a lot of stone and diorite. The stone mixes in with these other two buildings, and then that light texture to know it's bone. There's a lot of bone blocks in here as well. But the overall structure, pretty simple, pretty simplistic. Funny story, I actually scanned the bottom half of it. I had that open for almost the entirety of the server and scanned it. And while I was on a cruise a few months ago, put it into an open world because we didn't really have good Wi-Fi available, and built this whole second half basically from there up while I was on the cruise on some downtime. So it's how serious I take it. Also how much enjoyment I get from playing and designing and all that stuff. So bone blocks that go all the way up with a little bit of openings from just putting in these pillar walls. I've talked about that in past episodes. I love putting in these pillar walls because you get to add a lot of additional textures, viewing areas, things like that. This is from Macaw's Fences and Walls, where you can actually get the open texture on here. It's not a standard wall. And then into the top section, you guys have seen this on a lot of the previous ones. I love this shingle pattern, this roofing system that we have on here. Domum ornamentum. Is that right? Domum ornament. Yes, domum ornamentum, to be able to mix the deep slate and then the bone blocks to be able to make this roof line. And then chipped fancy stained glass. I love the fancy stained glass textures on there. Lots of walls to finish it out for a lot of texture. And then into the roof line. Pretty simple. I've got my lighting pattern up here with my end rods, and then an open viewing up here with some more of two different types of the chipped type glass, the fancy and the ornate light stained, gray stained glass. So to be able to see right in there. So stays nice and lit up through the day. Got plenty of lights down beneath it as well. So let's see what the inside looks like. And it is covered in flowers. A lot of the regions unexplored. That's regions unexplored. I think, yeah, basically all these are regions unexplored mods, but they look great. Really unique. Several of these glow, so it adds some extra light texture in here as well. Some of the paintings, and some of these are actually upgraded ones that we were able to get with the mod pack as well. Again, I'm using all the mods 10, and this is on a Reforged server. So we've got our glass pattern up there. Nice tower. Extra textures in here by using the chiseled stone bricks. And then basically everything feeds into these composters, the poppies. and they feed into here, which will transfer them into these chests, which hold a ton, as you can tell. I've got stack upgrades in here, which is through the sophisticated storage mod. And then I can add this to it. This will actually compact it to where it stacks them up. It pretty much, you can take 9 blocks and turn it into 1 block. It's kind of a pain. I think it makes it tougher to search, but basically I have a whole ton. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10,000 blocks of bone meal. And this one's for overflow. It's going to take quite a bit for it to get to that point, but this has kept me thoroughly filled. Now, I don't have a lot feeding into here. This isn't like a big farm that's feeding into here. I could get this completely full if I wanted to. Let me actually take you to the wheat farm over here. So this is the wheat farm. This is the easy villagers mod where you can put the villagers in there. They will automatically mine the wheat once it grows. And this is 20. This is 5x4. So there's only 20 villagers in here. I could have made this all the way up to the ceiling and it would be cranking it out. It's just, I didn't need all of it. I'm trying to be easy on the server so there's not so much lag. But basically cranks out everything I need to. And if I need to increase it, I can very easily. But it does its job. Keeps it full so I can keep bone mealing whatever I need to. A lot of moss blocks is what I've been using this for, but yeah, pretty simple, easy build. Nothing too crazy on here. I don't know why it took me so long to finish it. I'm sure everyone that plays Minecraft has that issue of the building that just never finishes. You keep working on it and then you just don't know what to do. So it actually worked out great that I had an opportunity where I just needed to finish up some projects, and I think it worked out great. It's about the right size, not too tall. I didn't want it to be overbearing for my wheat building, and it kind of fits in this whole corner area pretty well. So just a nice, simple and easy video today. It's the last building of this 3-building structure that I wanted to go over before we get into some bigger projects. And ooh, I forgot about this. This light post is one of my favorite things. It's so simple. You come across a build and design something that's just so simple yet so beautiful. And deep slate pillar trim with my sea lanterns and just what a beautiful light post. Let me cut this rain off real quick. But anyways, sorry, I'm easily distracted. Yes, a nice, short, quick, easy video today to go over the bone meal building, basically. Stay tuned on the next episode. I'm going to be going over one of my favorite builds. It is the Villager Trading Hall. It is awesome. I put a lot of work into it. It took a lot of time. There's some extra additions in there for anyone who loves the upgrades and upgrading your armor and weapons and all that type of stuff. So I'll be going over it. It'll probably be a 2-part episode, but again, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you can, if you like it. Stay sharp, stay creative, and I will see you on the next build.
Okay, let's listen to a little bit of this song.